Welcome to Mushroom and Moss Synergy Podcast with hosts Erin Marie, the Mushroom Queen, and Jamie Irene, the Moss Goddess, exploring alchemy and personal growth, sharing insights of love and light and self-realization, having soulful conversations, empowered inspiration, discovering and healing as we connect to the natural world and the divine within. We thank you for joining us and we hope you enjoy our show.
Welcome, friends, to Mushroom and Moss Synergy Podcast. This is our very first episode, and we're so honored to have you here. Today, you'll be joined by myself, Erin Marie of Lifted Spirits, and my co-host,
Jamie Irene of Moss Goddess Boutique.
Yes, and what we're going to do today in this episode is teach you a little bit about ourselves, who we are, what this journey is to us. I'll share my story, our mission, and then Jamie will teach us a beautiful and profound philosophical concept called
It is one, we are one. Hang
It's
in there.
beautiful, and we are ready. Let's go.
Let's go. Erin Marie, lovingly known as the Mushroom Queen, is a transformational healer, spiritual guide, and mystical artist, and launching as a spiritual life coach, whose journey from darkness to light is nothing short of extraordinary. From the young age of 13, Erin experienced sensory and processing challenges that led to emotional disruptions and volatile outbursts, creating a personal hell that she would live in until age 24, when she first found recovery. Misdiagnosed as bipolar during her early teens, she was placed on multiple psychiatric medications that may have exacerbated her symptoms rather than providing relief. In search of escape from her inner turmoil, Erin turned to alcohol and drugs, beginning a decade-long battle with addiction, pain, and loss. Having endured the deaths of multiple significant others and countless friends, many of whom were lost to addiction, she somehow survived over a dozen overdoses, carrying the weight of pain and despair, and once led her to wish that she would never wake up. Yet through profound healing and spiritual transformation, Erin found the strength to rise. Today, she wants nothing more than to live and to help others find hope and purpose in their lives. At 24, Erin found recovery, but the journey was not linear. After years of relapses and struggles, she fully embraced healing and celebrates October 1st, 2019 as her clean date, now over 5 years. That marked the beginning of her journey into sobriety, self-discovery, and transformation. Through deep inner healing and shadow work, Erin uncovered a more accurate diagnosis of ADHD and complex PTSD. With this newfound understanding, she can now navigate life with clarity, turning what once felt like a curse into her greatest superpower. Her ability to transmute destruction into creation has not only healed her, but has inspired countless others. As the co-host of Mushroom and Moss Synergy Podcast, Erin shares her raw, heartfelt story of survival and transformation. She combines her love of nature, spirituality, and art to help others on their paths of inner healing and growth. Her mission is simple, yet profound, to help the world one person at a time, showing that even the darkest struggles can become the foundation for strength, purpose, and creativity. And that is why I wanted everybody to hear this remarkable woman's story and her victories, and why she has become very near and dear to me. So everybody, Erin, share.
Jamie Irene is a resilient soul with a powerful story of transformation. Born into the shadows of a difficult childhood marked by long-term sexual abuse and trauma, she has spent her life navigating the complexities of pain, love, and healing, both pain received and pain caused. After her marriage ended, Jamie began her journey, a turning point, allowing her to discover herself and focus on her healing and growth. With her roots founded in Christianity, and with the loss of her mother at just 57 years old to cancer, became another profound turning point, sparking an insatiable curiosity about life, death, and the mysteries of existence. This quest for understanding led her to study ancient texts, explore the world's religion, and seek wisdom from diverse spiritual traditions. Through her journey of discovery, Jamie came to a deeply personal understanding that it is one, we are one, a belief she arrived at instinctively, even before encountering the 7 principles or other frameworks that echoed this universal truth. This realization became an anchor in her life, allowing her to see all beings as interconnected fractals of a divine whole. Jamie's path of healing has been layered and ongoing. A long battle with emotional eating and binge eating disorder, rooted in her need to soothe the pain of past trauma, has been a significant challenge. She has lost 140 pounds in her journey and continues to work towards healing her relationship with food and her body. Along the way, 2 major car accidents disrupted her progress, physically and emotionally derailing her, but she remains determined to recourse and reclaim the momentum. Today, Jamie is channeling her experiences into her most meaningful project yet, a children's book titled Body Secrets of a Child. This book is designed to empower children with the knowledge to recognize and speak out against abuse while equipping parents, educators, police officers, and social workers with tools to protect and support young voices. Jamie plans to self-publish and begin distributing the book in schools and community centers in Pittsburgh with the goal of creating a ripple effect of awareness and change. Jamie combines her learned wisdom, intuition, and creativity to help others find the light in the darkness. Through storytelling, art, and a deep connection to the sacred, she uses her voice to inspire, empower, and foster transformation. Her journey of resilience and renewal is a testament to the power of healing, and her work continues to be a beacon of hope for others. She is still healing and reconciling her own struggles, embodying the strength and vulnerability of someone truly walking the path of transformation.
All right, let's talk about synchronicities. So this is a crazy story. I've said it a couple times. I'm going to share it with you now. It's pretty wild. So I went to a home store, saw this great statue, fell in love with it, immediately wanted it, so I bought it, and brought it to my home, and nowhere I put did it work. It just didn't work. And I thought, that's so strange, because when universe tells me you need this for something, I will pick it up and collect the treasure, and then sometimes it will show itself. Who does that belong to? Yeah. So what ended up happening was I was at a festival with Cutie, my person. I don't know, what is he? A significant other?
Yeah.
Significant
Your
other.
man.
My man, and we were walking through this wonderful, amazing festival. It was called the Starry Moon Festival, and we come upon this booth, this vendor, and there's this girl, long braids, right? Long braids, and super cute, and she had a beautiful, gorgeous boyfriend, and this great tent with all these beautiful tinctures and art, and our vibe, we just completely connected. And so what ended up happening was, we connect, and then later we end up having dinner as couples, and then we decided, we're going to go to her show. She had a workshop that she was doing for foraging mushrooms, because she is a self-taught mushroom queen and knows the local mushroom fauna. And we thought, how fun, we're going to go do that. So we went to this place called the Still Goat, and there was this workshop going on, and there was Erin looking beautiful. And I immediately ran up to her and, whipped out of my bag the statue. Okay.
This statue.
This great big giant mushroom statue.
This
Okay.
statue
Yeah.
that
So
I also found at Home Goods almost a year before and picked up. Loved it so much that my boyfriend, the beautiful boyfriend Jamie's talking
yes.
about, took a picture of me, and there's a cute still shot with me in this mushroom, and then I put it back because it was not in my price range. And sometimes universe knows what you need and how to connect you with the synchronicities. And Miss Jamie had this bad boy waiting at home for me
Yeah.
before she even met me. So
Yeah.
thank you, universe.
And it was the last one. It was the
Look at
absolute
this.
last one at the store because it was, changing seasons or whatever. Anyway, so I take it into her and, she's like, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this, but I actually have a photo of me with this actual statue. So that was a crazy minute. And then it gets a little deeper where we have a mutual friend that we didn't know was mutual. A wonderful girl named Jess, which we'll bring on at a later date.
Yeah, Jess of Saging Space. She is one of my closest friends as well, who is a healer, a teacher, a mother, a friend, a support system. She's just this little space diva, and she's an awesome human being. And
truly, great energy.
Divine connection through us all. She's just a terrific soul. She had a shop. Jamie went to her shop. Jamie met me at my space. Jess was at my space. Jamie was at my space. 2 worlds collide. 3 worlds collide. All our worlds collide in another synchronicity of this beautifully divine web connection that we are all one. It is one. It is just beautiful.
Absolutely. So it really was a profound thing. And since then, all of this was born. This, not only this podcast, but we do a lot of work together at various functions and teachings. And I follow a lot of Erin's work. So good stuff. Good stuff.
Synchronicities of life, and they're always there. We just might not be paying attention to them.
True.
Then once we start to notice them, whether it be angel numbers, you see 222 on a clock, or a license plate drives by that is 555, and all of these things, they catch your attention, or the same type of bird that you see, or the same music that you hear. All of these little signs from the universe, synchronicities, they're beautiful, intricate messages from the divine, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing.
I mean, I have a friend who recently just met a man that their circles have kind of intertwined for the last few years. They were always in other relationships, and now they have connected. And so synchronicities everywhere, y'all. It's you're going to find them in your life, especially when you're really open to them. So
aligning with your true path. We got this. We got mushrooms. We got love.
And we've got a lot more to talk about. So all right. So let's dive in a little bit. Erin, tell me, how did your journey begin? How did your journey begin that took you down that road?
Yeah. I mean, I will go back to my childhood then, as I do more reflection and introspection, shadow work, inner healing, where I have realized I don't have a lot of memories from my childhood, and I'm trying to figure out why, whether they were repressed, whether, and I didn't have the worst childhood at all. My family, my sister, they were all extremely supportive, loving people, but I think what started with my own issues was misunderstanding, miscommunication, issues like that, if I was a reactive, volatile child who was not being heard or treated the way that maybe my nervous system needed, where other children were fine with the response, I might have been a little bit more explosive. So I've realized, where are those memories? Why did I block them out? What was the pain? Where did it come from? And to be honest with you, I don't have many memories earlier than in 12, maybe 10 or 11. I do know, though, around age 12 or 13 is when I'm assuming that's when the hormones start to change. You become into the stages of puberty and everything goes crazy. I mean, I don't remember the teenage puberty years that much, but they, I assume, are absolute hell. Mine was absolute hell plus some. So I don't know whether it be the misunderstanding of my own processing issues, my anger issues. Where do they come from? Who knows? I do know, though, that I felt alone I felt angry at many things for whatever reason, and that created a very volatile child, a volatile, angry, disruptive child. So apologies to my family for having to deal with that, but thank you for putting up with me while I was a crazy, crazy thing. But that caused some suicidal tendencies as well, where I was self-harming, suicidal attempts, just trying to sleep my time away so I wasn't awake and suffering, which was rough. But I'm coming to find out that the more I share about this and my shared lived experiences to others, a lot of other children experience that as well. So it might look great on the outside and we're good at hiding it, but inside, whatever is happening in here is was a battleground, and I was creating some bombs that were ready to explode.
So we're in puberty. Okay, you're volatile, you're misunderstood, you didn't even understand your own processes. You had some depression issues, it sounds like, for sure. How did you get from that to where you ended up, as far as through the dark years?
Yeah, that's the beginning stages of the dark years, honestly, where that level of pain and suffering and torment, and it was of my own self torment too, where as an adult I realized some of these situations may not have been so significant to me as an adult, but as a child they were life changing. They were horrible. Some bullying, getting made fun of at school, whatever it be, not feeling good enough, all these things caused enough pain and enough inner torment that I then found alcohol. So at age 13, 14, starting to drink alcohol. And then with the friend group that I was in, we were little partiers, dabbling around with different things. And then that's when pills came around 15, 16.
So when you say drink alcohol, Erin, we're not talking about, oh, we're going to sneak a little something from a cupboard. We're talking about intoxication. We're talking about abuse of that.
Yeah, okay. I think from 13 to 17, I definitely would label myself as an alcoholic, where I'm drinking so much that I'm throwing up in the bushes outside, doing keg stands, taking shots, sneaking alcohol into grade school, stuff like that. So it's and that also reflects on why I might not have so many memories, from my younger years.
So that led to pills.
Yeah. Yep. So pills became a thing. I would say like Oxycontins and Opanas were the main pills on the street for some time, until they became too expensive. So a shift and a transition for financial reasons had to go to a worse street drug of heroin, which then continued for what was 10 years, a 10-year heroin addiction.
Wow. Yeah. So Oxycontin. Of course, we've all heard of that. That's a precursor for a lot of folks that have gone down the heroin road kind of situation. You did this, but you were high functioning, working multiple jobs, heroin addict. This was not laying up in a crack house or whatever you think of. One would think of if you're not in that world. Of what that would look like.
Yeah, a lot of the people, my coworkers, that they still say to this day, I never would have expected it, unless they were one to actually physically see me, like, nodding out or my eyes looking weird or some, whatever it be, a real indication that I was on drugs. They would have never known, because you said high functioning, and is exactly what I was, where I'd say addicted to opiates daily at the age of 16. And I graduated high school. A month later, I went to Vet Tech Institute and I got my associate's degree as a veterinary technician. I worked in the veterinary technician field, helping with animals, surgeries, saving lives. I mean, things that you wouldn't think somebody on heroin would be able to do. But somebody that is diabetic, that needs their insulin, is going to function better when they're on their medication. Unfortunately, that was my medication. So in order for me, as a person who has a soul that still wants to thrive and expand and help and heal and do all these things, my soul wanted to live, but the amount of pain and emotional and physical torment I was in, because I also suffer with chronic pain, a lot of weird issues with my body and my spinal structure. So physical pain was always a thing, which helped me numb.
Wow. So that's a lot. All right, we had a 6 minute. Wow, Erin. So there's so many people that are dealing with addiction, whether it's food, whether it's drinking, whether it is shopping, whether it is gambling. But in your case, it was life or death. So tell us, what was the first step for you to get you on the path to begin to actually heal? Heal.
There's the saying in the recovery where when the pain gets great enough, and I realize that with people like myself, addicts, alcoholics, people who have endured trauma and abuse that are so used to pain and pain and pain, it takes a lot of pain for the pain to be great enough to change. I often will hear people say, she lost her family, her child got taken away, he's in jail, all these things. How did they not stop using drugs? You have to realize if we can lose that much from our life, but still be addicted to drugs and choose that as the first over everything else, it is obviously an extremely powerful thing. So I realized that sharing the acceptance, the awareness, the power that it has over us might be crippling, but it isn't chains that have to be permanent. So releasing the pressure of, I don't have to do this for the day. I think a lot of addicts get stuck knowing that they have to be clean for the rest of their life. The rest of your life is a long time. That's a high expectation to put on somebody who can sometimes not even stay clean for a day.
So especially at the beginning.
In the beginning, you just sit, and they do say this in the rooms, just for today. Sometimes I was just for an hour. Sometimes I literally sat on my hands and gave my car keys to somebody else so that I couldn't go, because getting yourself away from it is so crucial. But if you're in the environment around the same people, it's talked about, it's all going to keep you caught in the grips.
So it sounds like the first thing you had to do, correct me if I'm not, if I'm wrong, is get still. Get still with yourself.
That's hard to do.
Own it. And then what happened, Erin? You found
grace.
You found grace.
And that was a hard one to find, because I'm a stubborn human, and I was, I guess, what you would call an atheist from until I found recovery in around age 24. So I got into the rooms hating God, resenting God, not wanting to hear anything about God, around a bunch of people who wanted to help me and wanted to tell me how I needed to find God. But then they said, God doesn't have to be this image that we've been told through a book that a lot of people don't believe. God could be the universe. God could be a tree. God could be a plant, because God is in everything. The concept that they broke it down so easy. Find a higher power that is greater than yourself. Could be anything, because at that point, drugs were my higher power. Drug was my solution. Drugs were my God and my medicine. So finding a higher power, which was the universe for me, then it turned into God. I, as an atheist, became a spiritual leader in a church, leading women's empowerment groups, teaching personal development and teaching how to channel source and God and light and all of these things that are all connected. So with all of that destruction and horrible stuff that happened to me, created this opportunity for growth and transformation and beauty. And that's, again, why I call myself a transformational healer, mystical artist, because with all of my darkness and destruction, I am creating beautiful life and honoring death, life, the cycle, the whole spiel.
Wow, Erin. So wow, like that's profound.
Thank you.
Because there's so many people that, want this for somebody they love, or maybe there's a viewer out there that also, is grappling with this
It's hard.
Very destructive. And I'm not just talking heroin. It could be anybody. It could be about anything. Heroin, of course, I understand
Addiction of all kinds.
is one of the worst things to try to recover from. So kudos to you, young lady. For your efforts, and thank goodness, because you bring such light. If y'all could meet her in person, the work she's doing is truly incredible. It's inspiring, and it's quite amazing. So I feel very lucky, and I really believe we've collided for a greater purpose, which is this. And we'll actually put in our little footnotes, our podcast manifesto of what our
vision
energies
for
to
the
coming.
world,
Yeah, our
vision
energies.
for the podcast.
That's right.
Yeah.
Our energies coming together for this purpose. And I know this particular episode is all about us, particularly.
Yeah.
Just so y'all know who you're speaking with and what we're about. But also, we're going to have some incredible other episodes in the future coming that are going to touch on a lot of things she talked about. So a lot of good stuff to come.
We've got Jamie with a lot of the ancient wisdom, spiritual texts, all of that deep, ancient, just profound stuff. And then I am a little bit more of the science. I love quantum physics, all of these profound new age research that are also intertwining with the spiritual world. So it's spiritual science. We're combining, we're discussing.
And it's because it is one, we are one.
It is one, we are one.
It's all of it. It's science, it's religion, it's ancient texts. It is all of it. And it all makes sense and it's all coming together. So yeah, let's dive into some of that.
Let's dive in.
Goldenberg, famous actress who used this in one of her shows. And I feel I am channeling Stevie Nicks, Yeah, look at that. Isn't that cute?
She is our diva, but she is our ancient guru. And I'm just so honored to have met Jamie, because the thing with all of these awesome souls that I'm meeting is we know a lot of the similar topics, but we all have a different perspective on it. We all have our different understanding.
Niche. Yeah.
And Jamie, I didn't know it is one, we are one. The concept to me is a larger grasp that I understand, but this is a fully diverse, beautiful concept, and you want to put it up and put it in your pocket and save it for later. So please share with us.
All
please.
Right. I'm going to set a little forward. So if my big face is in everybody's face, there's a reason.
Beautiful.
I have old eyeballs, so I do need to look at my notes to just kind of follow.
She's beautiful.
Okay, so It Is One We Are One. I came to It Is One We Are One by actually partaking in an ancient medicine. And it was the most amazing experience of my life, which I woke up with a profound understanding that I had never had before. And so it told me, Divine told me, it is one, we are one. Okay. Which then led me to more understanding of trying to understand anyway of what the heck does that mean, right? Mm-hmm. So it's pretty profound. So It Is One, we are one. It's an invitation to unity and connection. Okay. So at the heart of all existence, there lies a profound truth, and that is that we are all connected, bound by threads of a divine tapestry with love and energy. But it is one, we are one reminds us that everything, so every star, every soul, every breath is a part of the infinite sacred whole. So to say it is one, we are one is to acknowledge that's the source of all life. Like what you were speaking of, Erin. Mm-hmm. The eternal essence from which we are all created. The source is the ultimate expression of love, the light that illuminates even the darkest of corners, and the energy that fuels every heartbeat. So it is the unshakable truth that behind the diversity of life lies one unifying force. To say we are one is to celebrate our interconnectedness, to each of us a unique reflection of the divine light, a prism through which love and wisdom shine into this world. So together we form a beautiful tapestry of our experiences, our emotions, our stories. We all have them. Everything has a story. Everything has a divine light. It is a prism of all of those experiences that are shared. So by embracing our oneness, we break down barriers. We find compassion for one another, and we recognize, that to lift another is to lift ourselves. Yes. So this message invites everybody to open your heart to this kind of thinking, at least take it in. There's a spark that you'll find in people you meet, to cherish the beauty of life as a miraculous gift. A moment, a singular infinite source. So this source, whether you call it God or the universe or the light or Jesus, as I do, it is a whole and its parts. We're all of it. endlessly fractaling all of it, endless, in a unique, interconnected expression of itself.
Yes.
Okay. So
okay.
break that down for a second in your heads, right? Follow me for a second. Get this. It, the singular, the one, lives and is in all of us. And it lives all of its experiences through us.
Wow.
We are all part of it. People say, oh, well, God's in everything. No, everything's in God.
Ah.
Okay, so flip it around.
Yes.
Think about that. Just put that in your little head for a second. When you start to think of that, you see everything differently. When it clicks, you'll see it all differently.
Living in experience for God, through God.
So
as God,
we are a part of God.
We are a part of God.
Think of God as having all these cells,
the
right,
rocks,
of light.
It's all God.
God is, yes.
Everything.
And wait until we break down frequencies, folks.
Yes.
You're going to it's going to blow your mind.
The magic in the numbers.
Numbers, frequencies, water. Different elements.
Yes.
It's really, really profound. So we have so much to talk about. I hope that folks are resonating with this, or that it piques their interest, because aliens, dimensional beings. Come on, keep it going, girl.
Quantum realm. I would talk about the quantum realm all the time. Manifestation, the spiritual life, like just
sound therapy. It goes
Reiki
on and on and on, guys. So, as a Christian, I was taught very young in Southern Baptist. These are things you didn't look at. These are things that were of the devil.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to that anymore. I don't believe that to be the case, although I do believe in a lot of the morals that I was raised with, with my religion. But the crazy thing is, Erin, I can piece so many things from my foundation as a Christian, as well as the Kybalion, which is the 7 Hermetic principles, which, by the way, we're going to be taking a principle at a time.
Yeah.
So it's going to be exciting. We've got a lot to do.
It's all related.
It's all one, guys. It is all one.
Interconnected.
Everything.
In this web of life.
It's so great.
It is one. We are one.
It is one. We are one.
Yeah.
So that is my motto. If you've ever seen any of my work, you'll see that whether it's my video work or I always started out with it as when we are one.
And that is it. That is our episode. That is our introduction to Mushroom and Moss Synergy Podcast. We're so excited to do this. Excited for you to join us.
Yeah.
Make sure to subscribe so you can catch our next episode. We'll come out next month, maybe even sooner. Who knows? We plan to have awesome topics, and then we plan to bring on some special guests in the next few episodes. So join us, subscribe, give us some comments and your feedback. We'd love to hear what you think. Are we crazy? Are we on track?
Are we all of the above?
Do you resonate? Yes. So
whatever it is one, we are one. So if we are, so are you.
Everybody have a wonderful rest of your whatever.
4-second pause. Get ourselves right. All right. Here we go. Wait. I need a little. Oh no.
It's okay.
No.
It's okay. No,
I wanted to have a little bit of my chest in it with my sparkles.
About that.